All right, before we get into the Flycast, episode 75, 78, 70 something, presented by CordaRoys. First, Nick and I have made a bet of whether TJ, Tony, Lxthul, Campbell
We gonna do it live?
is going to answer my FaceTime asking him to be on next week's Flycast.
Nothing like starting a podcast with a FaceTime to Lxthul.
So, so I think I'm betting he will answer.
I'm betting he's not gonna answer, but I'm betting if he does answer, he's gonna go like this.
Okay.
He's gonna move his hair out of the way.
FaceTime.
What if you screen recorded it?
It's already too late. It's a little bit more. I feel like it would be so weird to get a FaceTime from me. You kind of like have to answer.
Yeah, he would think.
He would think like
He's
I'm
not
outside of
gonna
this
answer.
house. I bet you if I FaceTime in a van.
It might be too early though.
If I FaceTimed a van, we could have gotten to him.
It might be too early for.
It's
Lxthul.
1:30.
Yeah, that's a little early. People don't realize the
Damn.
gamer.
I'm gonna
Damn, we
take
should have bet something on it.
taking a
5
screenshot.
gifted.
Screenshot time. Okay. Well, roll the intro music, CJ.
That is who we're trying to get on the Flycast next week.
It is.
Because we talk about it. We're like, let's get some guests. And then we like get a guest. And then we'll go a month and a half without a
Yeah.
guest. And we're like, wait a sec.
The guest episodes are always amazing.
Yeah.
The Big Timer episode and the Bose episode was really good.
Who else would everyone like to see on the Flycast?
And don't say Seth.
Seth's
He's not
busy.
doing it.
Seth will do it, but I think he's a little busy at the
Yeah.
moment. And it's sad. So he can do what he wants, and we
I want to
can't
get
get
some.
mad.
I want to get some like people that aren't always on other shit.
That people just don't hear from, especially like Lxthul.
Yeah.
People know of him. Was on OpTic. Took my top spot on the Halo
Yeah.
team. So he has a little bit of history. You could get him. And he's a character. I kind of want
Oh.
to. Is he FaceTiming back?
He's FaceTiming back. He's gonna say what, man? Hello?
What's up?
Hey, we were gonna ask you a question.
I have an answer.
Will you be on the Flycast next week?
What's next week? What day?
Like Tuesday.
My busy day.
That's
What are you doing right now? Walking?
He's
Where
walking.
are you? There's no way you started fucking Ace inspired?
Dude, what do you mean started?
You king
Is
walk?
there one?
Walking never existed till Ace did it.
No, dude, all I do is walk.
Really? I thought you were a hermit.
Fucking walk.
Okay.
Yeah, since last year, I play Pokemon Go to kill my complete.
That's what
boredom.
he's doing.
he's catching Pokemon. So
Well,
so are you gonna
I'm
walk
actually-
to the
I'm sending
Flycast?
a letter right now,
Oh.
but I was catching Pokemon.
So are you gonna walk to the Flycast next Tuesday at whatever 1 p.m.?
Is it a hard one?
I think it's like a relatively soft one.
Okay. Yeah, I got literally nothing to do.
Let's go.
Even on his busy days.
Even on his
Yeah,
busy
well,
day,
it is my busy day.
he FaceTimes back and he's willing to commit. Okay.
I mean,
I'll have my people contact your agent. You're still with the same agency and management team?
yeah, Ivan Lowe.
Okay, I'll text you guys then.
Okay.
All right, love you, miss you. You look great.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Should it just be him or should we include someone else?
TJ.
Like, it's always great if we got like a TJ and an Ace.
Let's get TJ and Renegade.
Renegade does live around here, though. I don't think I've... Dude, that'd be
Hey,
so...
Renegade, I've never talked to you a day in my life.
And you replaced
And you
this,
replaced...
this guy, right? I think if we got... I mean, we could do it with TJ. I think if we got TJ and Ace would probably be hilarious because it's just like, I don't know if we'd want 4 people, but it would be hilarious because like when you just put certain people together, or if we put APG and Ace or APG and Lxthul, they're just that other people help. Certain people help other people shine.
Dude, one of my best performing videos when I was vlogging is a Relationships 101 that I did with TJ in a van.
Really?
Yeah.
But you did it with both of them?
With both of them.
Really?
So it was like the first time I had like a couple on that was giving their like relationship advice.
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty good.
Really? I would be interested to hear
they might be
relationship
like
advice.
They're one of the funniest couples I've ever like hung out with. They're fucking hilarious.
I mean, you have to be, especially as a female, you have to have you have to understand, if you're going to be with TJ, you have to have a sense of humor.
It takes a certain person to be with TJ.
It takes a certain person to be with someone like TJ.
And they worked out. They work out. How have you been, man? How was the Halo watch party? Because dude.
I had it. I don't even want to smoke it, but I wanted to do it on camera just because this is a podcast where we talk about our dark sides.
Yep.
Before I get into the weekend, this has become my dark side.
Yeah.
I bought a vape again.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is it, bro? Everything is just. I bought it out of like boredom.
Mm-hmm.
I got out of rehab. Started smoking Black & Mild, started smoking cigarettes. Then I started smoking vape. Then I quit it all.
Yeah.
Felt good about it because it's like kind of hard to quit. It's just so easy to get, easy to smoke. And I don't know. I don't even necessarily like, I'm sure people listening can agree. I don't even like smoking this shit. Half the time, like that hit I just took right there, I might, like when we just got food before this and I hit it like 4 times in a restaurant afterwards, I was like, oh, I don't really feel good. Dude, I was like, damn, maybe I might cancel the Flycast because I just like, I'll randomly like not feel good from it. It'll make me like anxious, but for some reason, something just I don't know. I just pick it up and I hit it. It really doesn't do anything for me. I don't understand. What, you want to hit it?
Yeah.
Have you ever hit a vape? I know you're not gonna fucking hit it.
No, I've hit a vape before.
Have you ever smoked like that? Nicotine? Tastes pretty good. See, that might fuck you up.
What the fuck?
Nicotine can fuck. It's just.
I think I tried to smoke it like weed instead of
fake electronic. Just fake electronic.
I don't know
why do we do this to ourselves?
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, get this shit out.
I know that sound like that probably seemed like I was faking that, but I tried to smoke it like
God,
weed.
it's just so annoying. You just faked.
I hate that. I tried to smoke it like weed, and it like hit that weird part of your neck.
Yeah, I don't. But this is why all I know how to do is share my life. I'm not perfect.
Well, don't.
I'm
smoke
back
that
on the
shit anymore.
vape.
It's gross.
But we're gonna quit the vape.
Quit the vape.
But I just had to. I had to get it out in the open. I can't hide it from the people.
You should hide it from the people. Actually, no, you shouldn't hide it from the people. You should just stop doing it.
I'm not Seth in freaking 20. Whenever he'd get in trouble for cigarettes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Seth, did the watch party this weekend. I think
because last time we were talking.
Yeah, I don't know how people might have mixed reactions for my reaction to like being on it. Because I was like, I don't want to give up my stream to be on
You're talking
it.
about from the last Flycast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what people's reaction. I think a lot of people understood.
I think people understood for sure.
The masses, I feel like, would look at it like, shut the fuck up, maniac. Like, this is such a like good opportunity and shit like that. I'm like, I understand that part of it.
Yeah.
But also, it was just Friday. I did my own little watch party in the beginning until Seth turned his on. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get off there. I got some shit to do anyway.
Yeah.
So Friday, I did my own little, and it went well. And then Saturday, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go on this watch party. I want to go to the event, hang out a little bit, even though that really wasn't the case. I showed up. It's like 10 a.m. Saturday was super long. I think it was like 8.5, 9-hour stream. Get there like 10 a.m. And I told Seth, I was like, I'm gonna hang out for like a few hours because like I kind of want to walk around the event and check it out, say hi to some people. But it was like when I got on there, it was just like almost like no getting off. And the stream was going pretty well.
Your stream?
They streamed my whatever on the side. And it went well. Everyone was happy I was on it. And I don't know how they would have done it. Not saying I don't know how they would have done it without me.
Yeah.
But it was like, I could tell Zen is never, I don't think he's ever, he said he played Halo Reach a little bit. But
I think he lied about that. Zen told me he's never played another game besides COD.
Well, he said he like touched Halo Reach a few times. Maybe he played
campaign.
I was like, nothing. Like, no Halo 2, no Halo 3, no nothing. So I don't know how. I think Friday they had some guests to help him out a little bit.
Mike was on for a little bit, right?
Yeah. And like he helped out a little bit. I think Clutch was on for a little bit. He helped out a little bit. I don't know how they would have, not saying I added that much, but like, I don't know how. It's like if I was to watch party COD or something, there's just no way.
Yeah.
But they're just good at doing, they're just good at bullshitting. Yeah. They're just good at entertaining. Seth is very good at like, and Zenny, like they understand how to keep the flow going. Like they'll, almost like a hex, like they'll just start kind of bullshitting. Seth will just be like, well, 3 down for, and just, I don't know, bullshit. So it went well. Watch party. Saturday was super long. I can't really remember the matches. OpTic, I think OpTic lost the SSG or something. They made a big losers bracket run. It's like an 8.5 hour stream. I kind of planned on, because I was a little anxious about getting on. It's just like it's just not what I was saying this before. Like if it was in the SCUF house, it'd be like you can sort of walk on. Like say you did a watch party at the SCUF house, you kind of just walk on, show up. This is like now like an entire show.
Yeah,
and it just seemed way, the lights, the cameras, and it just seems way more. It seems like I'm stepping onto a fucking NBC, ESPN show. So I was like a little nervous. It was like 10:30 a.m. Sat down, like I cracked a White Claw
at 10.
Yeah, at 10:30 a.m. Seth was like, "What the fuck?" But I guess once things got started, got going, it went well. It went smooth. I kind of planned on, I hadn't drank for so long. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just use this, try to get them to drink a little bit, and we'll just have fun, make this like a fun watch party. Didn't drink too much. I'm proud of myself. I had like 4 White Claws in like 8 hours, which is unheard of for me.
Okay.
Because usually I'll just get absolutely destroyed if I like if I set a day to where it's like, I'm a drink. Like I'll just go ballistic. But we're learning, we're improving. We held back a little bit.
Let's go.
And
you made some money.
The streams went well because I was looking at like, because I'll tune into some of their other watch parties, and it's like Seth on a 400 sub train, then it's like Bo's 0 Method 2 sub train. In which I understand everyone's gonna go to Seth's stream
for sure.
Like he had like 20K, and I think I might have had like 600 or something. But the love was definitely there.
Seth does a good job of showing love
Seth
to everybody's
understands
streams
like
too.
He could do the show alone, but it's like you don't want to do the show alone.
Yeah, you want to be there with your
and he understands most people are watching him, but it's like he wants people to show his co-hosts and guests some love.
Yeah.
So he did a really good job with that. Appreciate him letting me on. Went well. Streams went well. Went better than I thought it would too. But yeah, the Halo event was fun. Did the same thing Sunday. Like I just planned on going on Saturday for like a few hours. That turned into 8.5. Sunday did the same thing. And it went well. That's unfortunate cool. OpTic didn't. Well, they got third. Even third. Like I was talking to APG yesterday at a little photo shoot. And they were like, say something to, I don't know how many photo shoots if you've done them with other people, but they were trying to like tell us to dap each other up and laugh. And I like said something about third place and just trying to like make us laugh. Then I was like, thought about it, and I was like, if I would have got third, I'd be hyped.
Right.
But it's like
third is podium. Like you're on the podium.
They won 3 events, 1 including Worlds, and then I think they won a big online event. So
Yeah, they
it was like
did.
kind of like 4.
They came through losers in that online event too.
And then they come here and get 3rd, which is like they still look pretty good. Obviously not what they want, but those 3 teams, FaZe and SSG, it's just FaZe, SSG,
And I said it in the
and
last.
OpTic. It's just gonna be.
I said it in the last
those 3 every
Flycast.
time.
I was like, it's like Halo is so dominantly top 3, even though the Quadrant boys look good.
That was weird. I don't know. We'll see if they do that again. This might be because sometimes I think Native Red sort of had that to where people are like Native Red, all right, they're decent, but then they placed. Maybe they won an online. I think maybe got like top 4 in an online cup. Then they might have won an online,
That's
a
the
random
old
online
BTH team?
tournament. That's who I say is like kind of like the BTH of Halo
Okay.
Infinite right now. They're just like a solid fucking squad. But wait, what was the point of what I was talking about? Native Red.
That Quadrant.
Oh, the Quadrant shit. Yeah, this might be their turn. This might be Quadrant's tournament to where I think they got top 6, but I think
they
they've
got top 4, right?
No, Native Red got top 4.
Oh,
OpTic
okay,
top
okay,
3.
okay.
I think Quadrant got top 6, but this might be their top 6 placing to where it starts sparking. It's kind of like what happened to me. Once I got top 6, I was like, all right, it just like
I do
boosts
this
your
shit.
confidence. Like I belong here.
Yeah.
So this might be, I think the Quadrant team is young. This might be the start of like their careers,
Yeah.
sort of, in placing at the top. We'll see.
That would be
'cause
dope.
to 3-0 OpTic, that's kind of, especially for those players, they don't call out in English. They speak French or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
And like, I didn't know that at all.
I didn't even know
Like,
they were French player, like Halo players.
I just think everyone's like UK or whatever.
UK, and there's like a little bit of a Mexico scene, right? I think there's a little bit of like a Halo scene in Mexico. But other than that, I would never have thought French.
Like they went into a listening and you don't understand anything.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
what? And these guys, first time
Imagine how hyped they were
First
beating
time
the
it-
world champions.
in esports history, I think a all foreign team, especially in Halo, has placed top 6. Like it's just unheard of. Like the European players they'd get top 16-ish. That's about all they would do. But
Just to clarify, he meant like console esports history, not
Yes.
like Counter-Strike.
yeah, don't they dominate
Yeah,
in
'cause
every
they're-
other video
Yeah.
game besides?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Or
the
League of Legends. If you speak English and play League of Legends, you're already a scrub.
you know, I
Like,
used to be addicted to League.
Yeah. You get addicted to
It
everything.
was so toxic.
Yeah,
League
I've
has
heard
to
it's
be.
toxic.
League was probably the most toxic.
Anything with League in it. Rocket League is mad toxic.
I hear that, and I don't really. You've said that before,
It's mad toxic.
and I don't really.
I'm gonna ask later about it, but I think he's cracked right now.
I don't really understand how you can be that toxic in that. I mean, I guess
Me
in
neither.
anything you can just be toxic.
Someone yesterday in all caps told me to suck their fucking cock. And I was like,
Now, is this on the other team?
yeah,
Oh, so the other team can talk to you?
you can type. But the thing
That's
with
kinda
Epic, Epic is really, they crack down on like shit talk. So they'll ban you. Like if you say like shit, they'll ban you.
Really?
Yeah. But people, it's a free
League
game.
was next level.
Yeah, I've heard League is
The
real
amount of
bad.
people that would just like throw on purpose, and it's such a team oriented game that like people just easily. It's hard to fucking explain it in like league terms. Like say you're a jungle and you go to, I think we called it gank, which is like flank, the middle lane, and then like you do a shitty flank, and then so your middle lane guy dies, like, and he's like, dude, stay the fuck out of my lane, don't try to help me, you fucking suck. And it just just like that, he would instantly just like chalk the game, and it's just League was the
So
most, and you
wild.
could talk to the other team.
It's so funny because you watch Valorant, and most of the time in Val, if you go in and you say like, okay, so what do you guys want to run? And somebody will be like, I'll run smokes or I'll run flashes.
Is it much more chill?
Way more chill. And then we played, because we've been playing a little bit of like pubs and Val, and then we went and played pub S&D in COD. And if you go in there and be like, how are you guys doing? It's just like, shut up, don't talk to me.
Bro, I seen like some girl like, do you know who Lovely Low is? Have you?
I don't think so.
She's I think a COD player. I've seen so many of her TikToks, but she'll go into like pubs and stuff and just be like, "Hi, guy." Like she knows the response.
She knows
she's
it's
gonna
coming.
get. Yeah. And she seems like such a like sweet, nice girl. She's just like, "Hi, guys. How's everyone doing today?" And then it's just six different dudes. Just shut the fuck up. Why are you?
It's so weird. It's like a animalistic, because it doesn't make any sense. Because you could just go, anyone could go into a COD lobby and just be like, "Hey, how's everyone doing?" And you know, it's just, it's like it's almost like a spoken thing. Because it's funny when I go into a pub lobby, even if I'm just by myself, just playing, just listening to music, and someone says something like, "How are you guys doing today?" My first thought is, "Man, shut the fuck up."
Same.
And I don't know why.
I wonder why that is a thing.
Why am I trained? Why did Call of Duty
Bro,
train
I used
me
to do shit
that?
like that, and even like Halo Infinite. Like, if someone would talk, I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, kid! I'll smash you." Like, it makes no fucking sense, but it's like so entertaining. But it's like, I like to think I only do it because I'm like on stream. But like you said, even off stream, it's like you might not say that, but like that's your fault. Shut the
you'll
fuck
think
up,
it.
kid. Yeah,
And it's like, why am I thinking it?
that's so.
Why am I like that?
I wonder how I'd be if I didn't. Because now I can't. I mean, I can, but I think just like the space I've grown into of like having somewhat of an audience, it's like I don't really want to do that. But I think if I never made it or was like just a complete random playing the game and had no sort of audience, like I might be toxic still.
Oh yeah,
Like
for
I would
sure.
be.
I mean, Modern Warfare 2 lobbies were like, I know it's a meme, but they were really bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I mean, it's not that bad anymore. It's still bad, but it's not that bad.
Even in I might have explained this before, but in Halo 2, this is like 2006. You used to have to hit a button to talk. Like even your teammates, you would hit like the white button on like the original Xbox controller.
Forgot about the
whatever
white and
hell.
black buttons.
But you would hit that to talk, and there was the other team could hear you as well. So and like one time I remember, do you know the map Lockout?
Yeah.
So it's like one team is set up on snipe side, the other team is set up on like BR tower. Then there's like a library that kind of comes out to the front. So like the snipe tower, you can like, if you're in the front of the library, you can hear the enemy team. And like same if you're the enemy team, you can hear the guy in the front library. And I just remember so the team set up here, the enemy's over here, and this is like some matchmaking beef shit going on. And I'm like over here at blue, so I can just like sort of see everything. And I just saw my teammate like going up to top snipe, being like, "Fat fuck," because he knew who the other guy. It was Soldier 187. He knew that Soldier 187 was front library, and just like insult, and then like runs back, so they can't hear each other.
Wait, it was Prox chat?
Yeah.
Are you
and
serious?
you could hear the other team
On Xbox
as long as you were
Original?
close enough.
Wow.
So like he would just run up the top snipe, talk shit to him, run back down, just so like, and I would just see his little like emblem running up here talking shit. And it's
Bro,
just,
that
like,
is so funny.
it used to be so insanely toxic,
Yeah.
and those were the best.
Those are the best of
I used to be
times.
real toxic. Like, were you toxic like that? Dude, I think, imagine like, I wonder if like SCUF was toxic like that. Or like, I wonder who the
Seth
most
was toxic like 4 years ago.
who do you think was the most toxic, low-key? Like a Matt Craig? Just like,
Oh yeah.
like he hears a girl talk in game chat. He's just, I wonder who in OpTic would be the worst, like 14-year-old.
Just degenerate.
I remember talking shit to like Elamite because he used to gel his hair and he was like 18, still playing video games like a fucking loser.
I would, yeah. See, I would talk shit, but it was more of the stuff that I would think and the stuff that I would say, especially maybe in college. I was pretty bad. I couldn't be bad in high school because my parents would freak out if they heard me say, like, I wasn't allowed to cuss or anything.
My mom would come in my room. What the fuck did you just
Really?
say?
Yeah.
Like back then, you would drop the F-bomb,
Yeah.
which was like, obviously, no one's saying that now. Like people just used to say that like it's
All the
nothing.
time.
And my mom heard me say it and just like call someone it and just stormed into my room.
Dude.
I used to have my shit taken away so much.
dude, if my parents heard, no, I'm not saying I didn't say shit like that. I for sure did.
Everyone did.
Everyone did. But like, if my parents ever heard me say some shit like that, I would have, dude, I don't even know what would have happened.
Were your parents like very, you said they were like very Christian-y?
Yeah, very religious and strict and protective.
So did they ever hear you say anything like that?
No. No. I mean, I would bleep myself cussing in my own vlogs in the beginning of the Scuff House.
Really?
Like that's how like it went on for a long time.
Like you didn't want your mom.
I didn't want my mom to hear me cuss. And obviously things have changed a lot since
when you
then,
talk to your mom now, do you ever casually, because sometimes I'll talk to my mom, it's just like a casual conversation.
You just randomly casually cuss?
Yeah, and I was wondering, like, what the fuck were they or like, I'll say it, and I'm like, damn, it's still weird.
It's still weird, yeah. I'm better about it now, but that's just because, I mean, I'm 30 now, and my mom has also gone through a bunch of shit, especially in the last couple of years. So like, everything's a little bit more looser now. Just like, because even she used to never curse. First, well, I only heard my dad cuss one time ever. So like, you know, after he passed, that like my mom and I like kind of started like growing together, and like at that point we both started cussing, like, so it was a little bit easier, but it's still weird.
Yeah,
it's still weird.
Like if it's weird how it just, I guess I'm so used to it, just in the everyday conversations, just saying a curse word. I
actually went home this past weekend while you guys were I'm sad I didn't go to the Halo event.
It was all right. It was so small. The crowd was small.
Really?
We just had our little section.
I like Dreamhacks. They're very nerdy.
Yeah.
Very nerdy.
There's like furries and shit there.
Were there?
I don't know. Is that what they're called?
Cosplay people?
Yeah. But dressed up.
Remember when we went to a Dreamhack and watched we were cheering for Sheila while she was playing her magic cards?
Was I there?
I think so.
I might have been blacked out. I don't know. There's so much of my life I don't remember.
I was like, Sheila, you're going to play magic cards? She's like, it's not magic card. It's just magic.
Sheila was a great addition.
Yeah.
Gotta bring her back.
I think we said this last podcast.
Yeah, we
did. It's going to turn into Sheila's with TJ.
Are we allowed
next week?
Are we allowed to talk? Not everything, but are we allowed to talk about what we just did? To say that it happened?
That it happened? Yeah. We did an inner circle.
That was we did an inner circle with the Scuff House.
Mm-hmm.
I think the weirdest part might have been we had 7 TVs surrounding us, just playing like old clips. And it was very, like, I'll see clips randomly every now and then, but to be sitting there and obviously talking with everyone, it was dope. And just, that was, how long ago was it? Like 7 years?
Dude, fuck.
Like 6-7 years ago. And then just for all of us to be sitting down there again, or even though we still see each other.
We still see each other.
But it was kind of just like everyone sitting in that circle and then having like random clips being played around us. So much shit I don't remember.
I texted Alexis right after. I said, just got done with the Scuff House inner circle, and I'm low key like kind of emotional right now.
Really?
Yeah, I was getting kind of emotional. But like, I never had, like I said at the end of it, I never had brothers. And like I never lived with anyone.
I feel
my
like you
own
just
age.
saying you were emotional just kind of like made me emotional. Because it's such a, I wish, and I even said towards the end, I was like, I wish I would have like enjoyed it more, and not towards the end, not like soaking in my sorrow of like being depressed or like, damn, what do I do now? And because for whatever reason, I was just like stressed, depressed, and anxious, and was obviously retired, didn't know, sort of recently retired, didn't know what to do, but I was also, the whole Addy and shit didn't help either. It fucked up a lot of potential, but that was, Scuff House will be obviously a forever memory, but like some of the best of times.
Yeah.
I don't want to say some of the best of times, some of the worst of times, but it was definitely it's gonna probably be like top 5 special moments in my life.
Yeah,
it'll be like a marriage or something, a kid,
for sure.
Scuff house.
It's 100.
Literally.
It sounds ridiculous, but you're 100% right.
And we don't get, like we were talking, like I'm about to be 32. Will's about to be 32.
Yep. Yeah.
Fucking Bose is, I don't know, 27 or something.
Yeah. I mean, we're all getting
Everyone's
up there.
We're getting. That was just like
we're all getting married and kids, and
it's just something we're not going to be able to relive either.
No.
But it felt so. Looking back, it's just like you were like so free during those times.
So free. It felt like in 2018, whenever I'm living in my apartment and, you know, things are not going well with Infinite, I remember just like, I would get so like anxious and so like, it's like the weirdest feeling because I would yearn to just be back in the Scuff house. I would just like, I was almost in denial that it was over. It was the weirdest feeling because people would ask me to watch the videos and I would watch Scuff house moments and try to get like a YouTube video out of it. But as I'm watching it, I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate watching it because like things aren't going well now and things were so good back then. And everything in my being just wants me to leave my life now and go back. And I couldn't do it. And I'm very glad I got out of that part in my life. And now I can just enjoy the memories of the Scuff house because they were so important.
It's just something we're never going to recreate ever again.
Yeah.
And even when we tried to semi-recreate it with the fake Scuff house.
Yeah, the fake house.
Yeah, the fake house. Even that wasn't the same.
No.
Everyone sort of, since moving down here, everyone has been like in their own little bubble.
Yeah.
Like we thought we'd all move into like the same apartment building. Like that'll be dope. Like we're thinking like during the summertime we're all gonna be out by the pool, like grill, drink. Like we're getting a little salary now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're actually getting salary.
Living in the apartments for free. So it's like, damn, we can just like sort of live. I don't know. It just seemed like it was going to be a lot more doper. But then like we get down here and it's like everyone just started staying to themselves.
Just
then
so
a little
weird,
after
like,
that, then we get the fake house. And it was like everyone's still sorted to themselves. And it was just never the same.
I feel like if we ever, like if say that, I don't know who the tenants are right now, but if they ever moved out, and I know I think Jude keeps an eye on it.
Really?
The idea of that we buy it and then Airbnb it. So you could live in the Scuff house or something like that, or make a museum out of it or something. But if that were to ever happen, or even if it doesn't happen and they just start giving tours of the house, if I ever stepped foot in the house again,
I have to.
I don't know, like, because I've only seen it once since Alexis's house is over in that area. So whenever I go and see her like family home, I drove by it, and even driving by it felt so weird. It's like nothing. The only other time I felt like that is like driving by my like childhood church, because like I grew up in that church, and you know, the best of times, worst of times happened in that church. And that's kind of how I feel about the Scuff house, where it's like, I'll never be 22 again. I'll never be 22 again. And a lot of people feel that. They're like, yeah, I'll never be 25. I'll never be 18. But I have a physical place that represents that, that, you know, I can't revisit. And it's so weird. So weird.
If there was an opportunity to revisit it, I definitely would. I bet when I walk in, I just know it'd be like,
dude,
I don't know, it'd be kind of crazy.
I think I would be the first person to cry.
Really?
Dead ass.
I don't know if anyone would cry. Maybe.
I would
Depends
cry.
on what mood I'm in that day.
Dude, because if I think I'd be fine, I'd walk in and be like, holy shit, like this is crazy. I'd walk into the kitchen, be like, all right, and like this is so weird to see it all again. But going down the stairs and turning that corner, I think it would hit me
Into the basement?
into the basement, because that's I did that 20 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
Go downstairs, and that's where I edit vision. Go downstairs, that's where I record.
I mean, we'd go downstairs because there would just be either Proofy, Lxthul, Snakebite.
Yeah, just people down there. Yeah.
Scump for a little bit. Whoever it was, Stellar Assault might be sleeping there.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was, damn.
It's just
that was always
it's a crazy one thing that I didn't bring up in the Scuff house inner circle, but I thought it was funny is that going down the steps, there's a clip of the announcement video where Hex bangs on the thing. It was like, we're gonna put a poster right here. And we always talked about putting a big poster of Sausage.
of sausage.
I think that's his name.
Sniper
Wolf's
Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
Because I just think it would be so fun. It was an idea we had, and we always talked about it. And
That
we were
would
like,
be hilarious.
it would just be so funny if we never talked about it.
Yeah.
Just one gigantic poster of Sausage, and people are like, "Why is this guy here?" And like, because he's the fucking man.
Yeah. Bro, I think even he would find that fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he'd be like, "What?" We should have done. We didn't take risks like that though. We didn't do weird shit. We were pretty much like, let's go out and we'll film each other with a soccer ball but like I remember making that story or making that joke with Hector. I'm like, dude, we should get a big.
We should have like hid something somewhere.
Sausage.
Pull up a board, like stash a controller under, revisit 50 years from now.
Yeah. Like put some
should have did something.
Some sort of like, what are those called? Time capsules? Time capsule in the backyard.
I'd love to revisit it again.
Yeah, it would just be, I would love to revisit it as long as it was like a house for show. Like, I don't want to see I don't want to see the new tenants, like all their kids' rooms.
I want to see
stuff.
it. Yeah, I want to see it empty.
I want to see it completely empty. And if that ever happened, dude, I don't know if you ever watched like the Friends reunion or the Harry Potter reunion.
The Friends reunion, did it just kind of happen?
Yeah, the one with like James Corden is like hosting it.
Do they all walk into the old set?
They walk into the old set.
I saw that part of it, of them like walking into the old set.
Oh, they walk into the
girls like are crying.
The old set, and like Jennifer Aniston immediately grabs like tissues.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine what that's like. That's like what we did for 3 years. They did for 10. And they did for 12. The same set the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you don't do it for 20 years and you walk back into that set, dude.
We're gonna end up doing a reunion like that. Of like, imagine 20 years from now, dude. And we all meet back up together.
I love the Scuff House, and I'm glad for that time, but I'm hoping we have something else in 20 years. You know what I mean?
Like something,
whether it's here or whether we do something else. I mean,
like almost like the best is yet to come.
I'm hoping
and
so.
I feel like
I think the best is yet to come, but I also think we'll never be able to experience what we've already experienced.
Yeah.
We'll never be able to do that.
It's just different when you're that close in a closed area with the same people, everything. Because like, you think back at it, oh, it was great, but like the amount of times I got woken up, you sort of forget the stress part about it. Maybe the best is yet to come. It's definitely not going to be another house.
No, I think we're all going to go. I think we're going to.
It's just how life works.
I think we're all going to support each other in the ways. Because I say this an obnoxious amount of times, but the Sidemen, I'm sure people think the Sidemen have peaked. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that think the Sidemen have peaked and gone because they don't live together anymore. They don't, you don't see them in every single video. In every video, there's 4 or 5 Sidemen in every video on everybody's channel. It doesn't happen anymore. But they're doing better now than they ever have.
Really?
Like KSI's ownership of Prime, and they're doing these boxing fights, and like,
what do we gotta do?
Simon and them is like, they're doing crazy in soccer, and
you sit down with like Roger and them, and you're like, what do we gotta do?
Like, I think the brotherhood, the brotherhood that we formed in that house, like what Bose has done with Rich and Lonely, where like he's like, yo, I'm starting this new thing, like let's like will you guys help, or will you guys like help promote, or like, well, let's do a collab together. Anything that we all want to do, we will all help each other out. I mean, you see it with Seth already. Seth is the biggest platform, one of the biggest platforms on Twitch right now, and he's not hiring outside talent. Like, he's bringing his boys with him, and it's like that. I feel like that is why I think the best. Like, if I started a business, I mean, what Hector did with Pine Park, same thing. Like, if I ever started a business or I started a new venture and I went hard with it, I know you guys would support me in it. And I know I would support any one of those guys in what they would do. So that's why I think the best, the best is yet to come for us, but none of it would happen without that house. None of it would have happened without that house. So,
well, everyone, hope you're enjoying the Flycast. This Flycast podcast is always brought to you by CordaRoy. CordaRoy is providing the green wall with an exclusive discount code as we head into CDL Champs. Now through Sunday, June 18th, use offer code OpTic30 to receive 30% off any and all items at checkout. CordaRoy has a wide range of beanbag selections, including bean bags for your pets. I just got a puppy. I might need one with 30% off. Each beanbag is durable, long-lasting, versatile, easily converting from a chair to a bed, making it perfect for when you need a quick nap during long gaming sessions. You know how sleepy we get. Don't forget, use OpTic30 at checkout to receive 30% off your entire order. Thank you, CordaRoy. Back to the podcast. Yeah, I'm just thinking, will there be a time where what if in the future a time will come to where our numbers are just crazy? Or are we past the, it's almost like individually, I know Will would do some YouTube stuff. Bo start streaming a little bit. I'll stream a little bit. Tried doing did a little YouTube for a month. But I don't know if if we're past, are we past our primes?
I think it depends.
I think it just depends of
it depends on what you want.
I don't think mentally we're
I don't think
in it this younger generation is in it.
No,
they're in it and they don't even realize they're in it.
Right.
We are witnessing it, but it's almost just do we? I don't really know.
I past our prime individually for content, probably, maybe. I'm dedicating a lot of time this year to try a new version of content. So we'll see how that goes. But Will, I don't think Will's uploading a lot and he's doing a lot of games that he wants to do. But his fucking thing right now is his Grid Wall Street. Bo's thing is Rich and Lonely,
My thing is trying to get fucking shredded.
Your thing
maybe
is becoming
and
I feel like you're gonna have some sort of fitness thing that you're gonna, try to venture into, and we'll all support that.
That's the only thing I can even think of sort of doing, because I feel like it falls so much under my umbrella of things I care about, of fitness and diet, just helping people not feel how they feel, and it's sort of being their way to change their lives, and just something I'm passionate about. But I can't, it's just I feel like a imposter almost talking about it as much as I do, and not completely looking that part, being fucking shredded.
But you're already,
and it's such a slow process. It's so annoying.
It is.
Even if you eat perfect at a calorie deficit for a week, you'll lose a pound or two. Now to do that for 8, 12, 16 weeks, never really cheating, it might be mentioned it for 2 seconds with Roger, but it's maybe that could be something I do. Because I do want to get the OpTic production team involved. Have a full team of people to just shoot around ideas with. But I need to get fucking shredded, and because that is the step one of building my goddamn business.
is to be shredded.
I have to be shredded. I can't be like, I'll see some personal trainers that just look like, I'm like, you're smaller than me. Smaller than me, probably weaker than me. How do you even sign up for this job to want to like teach people? Like, I don't know. I just feel,
I get it.
But also,
not every coach can be Steve Kerr, you know? Like,
it's like, do I have imposter syndrome? I think I like just recently kind of learned that, so I just throw it around all the time. Do I have imposter syndrome?
I think I've had it, but never allowed myself to like say that I do. Yeah. So I went home. I think I was in the middle of telling this. I went home this weekend because I went to North Carolina for the soccer tournament that OpTic
Castros thing?
that OpTic was hosting. Did you hear what happened there?
Someone got in a fight?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
So it's sad, and I don't know how much Castro wants me to talk about it. I haven't talked to him since, but
we can cut it.
But we go to the event. You have to win 2 and you're into the tournament. You lose 2, you're out of the bracket. So they lost the first one, but I was like, well, our team's pretty good. Like we should be able to make the tournament. The second game, we're playing West Ham. We're up 2-0. And you see a little scuffle break out. And like this guy gets up in somebody's face, and this other dude's looking. It's like this, like a shorter Mexican dude and a big, tall black dude. And they're like in each other's face. And something happened, and the ref goes over, says something to him, and then whatever, and then they play on. So they play for 10 more minutes. And then the game ends. And it was weird rules where, we're up 2-0. So there's an overtime, 1st to 3 wins. So you always have a chance to come back, but the game has to end on a goal. So they're getting ready, and we're sitting there. We're like, oh my God, like I'm going to watch. I know how much Castro's a boy of mine. So like, I know how much time and effort he's put into this. So I'm just fucking stoked for him. He's about to see his team that he's put $100,000 into win their first game. That's something that everybody dreams of. And the game never started. And there's a bunch of talks. I mean, the refs come over, the captains of both the coaches. Chris Paul comes over because he's an owner of the whole league.
Was an Ocho there?
Ocho Cinco, yeah. Ocho Cinco was playing on one of the teams, but
really?
And so I'm just sitting there like, what? And so I talked to Castro's manager, and he's just like, yeah, they're saying that our player said a bad word and they're not going to play anymore. And immediately I knew what word they were talking about. There's no other word that you can say where people are going to quit playing. And so I'm just like, what? And yeah, then lo and behold, West Ham claps to their fans, and then they leave without playing the rest of the game. And then the Dallas United team leaves, and then it's just a congregation of the officials and the people who run the tournament that are sitting there. And it's all a he said, she said. Someone said that the guy on West Ham said that the Mexican dude called him the N-word. And the Mexican dude said, no, I didn't. And the ref said it sounded like he was intending to be racist. And I was like, what does intending to be racist?
Maybe he said it, but with like not the hard R, but just like a fighting, like, what's up then?
Yeah, like a ton of Mexican dudes that I know. But it's like, I think it was partially like bad timing and because there's some like legitimate like insane racism that's going on in Europe right now, where like a huge, like one of the biggest strikers in the world, like they're like, if he goes to a team and he like celebrates scoring a goal, they'll like throw bananas at him or call him like, there's videos of a whole stadium chanting the word monkey in Spanish. It's like heart-wrenching, disgusting.
How?
Yeah, how? And that's happening in Europe right now. So people are taking knees before the games, and like they're really trying to like show a lot of stuff, and that is just now happening. But how that translate to a 7-a-side turn, like a 7v7 tournament that's like kind of a content low key, but like for them to say like, hey, he called me this, and then the other guy say, no, I did not call you this, and that team's losing 2-0, and then they kick that team out of the tournament. They kicked Dallas United out of the tournament for that. So they never played another game.
Dude,
and
what?
I was like imagine being Castro. He spent I don't know how much money he spent, but just calculating based off of events that we have here, he's probably put $80,000 to $120,000 into this, and like hosted tryouts. People flew down from Canada, flew up from South Africa, like to try out and made the team, and he's made a documentary about the whole thing, and I'm just heartbroken for him, man. And so that happens. I go down to document or to make a vlog for OpTic. I go down on Wednesday, come back on Sunday, and this happens on Thursday. So now I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm just like, I'm looking at Blake and George, and I'm like, or Alexis is there with me, and I'm like, I want to go see my mom because I haven't seen her in a while. So we just go home, and that's that was my weekend.
So was this just a weekend tournament?
A weekend
and they
tournament.
could not. They were winning. So what? They just get DQ'd?
They were winning 2-0.
So does the other team keep playing?
The other team played
Advances?
the next day. Yeah, they played the next day.
But the game was like over.
So it's a weird rule set where like if Dallas United had scored one more and it would have been 3-0, they win. If
the other team had to score
West
3.
Ham would have to score 3 goals and then they would win. But that very rarely happens. So it's most likely over.
Yeah. Dude, that's so fucked.
And then you look at you look at Twitter and you look at ESPN, and it's just like player says racial slur.
Yeah.
And gets disqualified from the tournament. So immediately everyone's like, yo, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy and fuck this team.
Fuck that guy, fuck that team, get him out.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know the guy who owns the team. He's the least racist person. Like he's like
it's not even like a question.
Yeah,
it shouldn't
Castro.
even be a conversation.
It's fucking Castro. Like top 5 Twitch streamer on Twitch whenever he used to stream. He's just taking a break to do this.
Yeah.
Not making money on stream, and it's just I don't know all of the details, but I do know what the dude put out. He says he's like, I can't deny this enough that I did not say that. And apparently they went over video footage, and there's no video footage because there's cameras everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's no video footage of him saying it, but the player said he said it, and then the ref said it seemed like he had intent to be racist.
So is the ref heard it?
The ref said he heard that there was intent to be racist. I don't even know what that means. He had to have like.
That's weird if like no one hears it, but they still like, you would think it'd be like, all right, if I hear one more thing, anything out of you,
yeah, you're
like
gone.
Even shit talk, you're done.
Or
give some kind of like
even this
warning, or especially if you didn't even hear it your fucking self.
Or imagine worst case scenario. The dude stands up, he says it. He says the most racist shit you could say. Fucking, why aren't, in that particular situation, why aren't we finding that guy, kicking him out of the tournament, kicking him off the team, banning him for life, whatever you have to do to that player? But all of these players and their families flew out, and the coaches have invested into this, and the sponsors have invested into it, and now this team's just gone.
Yeah, that's a fucking.
It's not
that
like
just seems like a new league newbie decision. It would have took too much work to do. Let's just make this simple and kick this fucking team out.
I could not wrap my head around it.
Was he?
And I haven't talked. I mean, I
was gonna say, was Castro fucked up? Like,
I mean,
I would imagine.
I only talked to him once, and he put his all into it. Like you could tell. I mostly am talking to his manager because I mean, that's my boy too, but I just don't, I don't want to, I didn't want to overstep or anything. But it's just like comparing what happens on a 7-a-side game for a content tournament and comparing it to the biggest league in the world and the entire stadium is chanting racist things at one player. It's not even comparable, in my opinion. If one dude says something racist or does something wrong, kick him out, punish him, get him help.
Yeah.
Figure like.
Bro, I didn't even know that would be an option to do that. Like you see it at a basketball game. Say someone at a basketball game gets pissed and just will elbow someone in the jaw.
Yeah.
Or punch him in the face. That guy just gets thrown out. And sometimes they might cancel the game, but you don't just disqualify the entire team. You know how pissed I'd be for my I bet a lot of people, I mean, I don't know much about the tournament or how hard it is to get on a team like that, or is it some people's not necessarily dream, but
yes.
it is their dream.
I need for $1 million.
I want to do this as a professional. So I love soccer. Yeah. I need to fucking get on this team. I get on this team and some shit like that happens. Now is this just a one-time tournament, or can they be
this is the first time they've done it. Apparently the guy who owns this does a basketball version of it.
And we're going to enter?
The basketball version is really, really successful because it's a tournament and the winning team wins $1 million, but no one else wins anything.
Damn.
So, and it's, it has weird, goofy rules to make it more fun to watch. For people who've never watched before, or make 7-a-side fun because it's very fast paced. And it's just yeah, I mean,
bro, if I was just one of the random players, especially if I'm the good player on the team, and this other dude just says something, which we don't know if he did or not, dude, I would be fucking pissed.
Yeah, dude.
So it's just what? Now what?
I don't know.
What happens to the team? Is
there? I don't know.
So he put together. He's gone through months of putting this team together, right?
Because MLS players can't play, so it's kind of in the basketball tournament, an NBA player wouldn't be able to play,
right?
Because they're in season. But he went around to all the
So are these
semi-pros,
the best players under pro?
Yeah, these are the best semi-pros. And there's people from Europe that are over here. People French teams. It's a worldwide tournament, and everyone has put a fuck ton of effort into it. And Castro took some people are let's just grab a team, and it's a $10,000 buy-in, so we'll just grab a team and we'll play, and those teams get stomped, but they just go out to have fun.
Yeah,
Castro took this shit serious. He stopped streaming. He hired. I
feel I've heard about this for months.
Hired a coaching staff. He hired a full videographer team to make a documentary.
Dude,
he stopped streaming. He dropped everything.
I look at it that would be my luck.
The one team in the entire tournament that happened to is Castro's team. The one team.
How many teams are in these
48
things?
Or something.
Damn.
Something insane.
So there's not just another. So people make these teams just for this one tournament.
Yeah.
And there's not something, and it's not like a CDL where in a month
not in the United States. I mean, there's 7-a-side. Apparently, there's 7-a-side tournaments and championships in Europe that are big, but here they're not very big. If they even exist at all, I don't even know if they exist. There's rec leagues.
This could be a once a year thing in the U.S.
And the thing is this was their first time doing the soccer version of this, so it depends on how it did of whether they'll do it again. Because if the sponsors are yeah, that was fun, but we're not spending that much money again, then that tournament's not going to happen.
What happened
again.
with one of these teams? No, we don't want to be
a
part.
Right? Oh, this made an ESPN article here.
Dude.
Well, we can't be seen, and it's just kick. I don't know, man.
Just kick the guy out.
Kick the guy. That's kind of what I was thinking. And it was so incredibly frustrating, man.
So did you go there to support, or you were doing a documentary thing?
I was going there to support, and obviously
You should
party
get
with the
you should get
party with the team when we won the $1 million is what I was thinking. Going there, Blake and George live right outside of Cary, so that's where the tournament was. So I go down, stay with Blake. We're gonna film a vlog for OpTic, and it's gonna be part of the OpTic vlog.
Maybe you could turn this around.
I mean,
at least for the documentary.
I filmed nothing.
Oh, really?
I filmed once it was over. I told Raj, I was like, "Yo, by the way,
I was gonna say if you got their pre-game stuff or like maybe some of the stuff Castro doing all this stuff, then at the tournament, the pre-game, the team doing something, losing the first game, everyone's distraught, then they start winning, then the fight breaks out, then someone said something, and then you get kicked out of the tournament. It almost make a good story, and then you get a final sit down with the guy who allegedly did this.
That's what dude. Castro's documentary might be insane.
Yeah,
it might be amazing.
Yeah,
I hope if there is a light at the end of any of this, if there's any sort of
amazing,
a redeeming, quality of any of this, maybe that documentary bangs.
Imagine that guy didn't say anything. If because
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Let's say he said the N word with an A.
Yeah.
That a lot of, especially depending on where you're born, that's what, as long as you're not white, sometimes you say that. Especially in heated arguments. You see it all the time.
You see it all the time.
Let's not argue about it. It happens. It exists. Maybe he's from that sort of environment. Things got heated, and he said it almost as like a fighting thing.
Or what if he said
just
it?
Like, and what's up then?
Yeah.
And says that, which happens all the time. Let's not pretend that doesn't exist. I know it's 2023, and you can never say anything about anything anymore, but it does exist. Do you still punish that guy? Like, would that even still? I feel like it should be like
to save your team. To save your team, yes. At that point, fuck it.
Yeah, like fuck it. Sorry, guys.
Fuck it. Sorry, bro. Don't say the N word. We got to get you off the team.
Yeah.
And then you keep playing.
Yeah.
Like if that's what,
or like give this guy warning. Ref be like, if I ever hear, if you even talk shit the rest of this match,
yeah, dude, and
that's crazy.
I think that's the crazy part is that like Dallas United tweeted like per investigation or something, we decided to withdraw from the tournament. I mean, withdraw. They got kicked out. Let's be real, but people were like, "Damn, you're not even taking responsibility for one of your players being racist." It's like. Were you on the fucking field?
Dude, people are just gonna
you have no idea what was said.
People are just gonna run with that.
And maybe he was. Maybe he said some crazy shit. But I feel like if he said, dude, I don't know.
If he said some crazy shit, get him the fuck out.
Right. That's what I
agree.
I feel the same
if
way.
The ref, especially if like the ref hears
it. The ref heard it. Get him the
fuck out. Fuck him.
But dude,
especially if you're dropping a hard R.
Yeah.
Just get him the fuck out. Kick him out the league.
Yeah. Find him in the parking lot. Beat his ass. Like.
Yeah. Do whatever. But let the other people that have dedicated the past however many months flying, practicing, getting ready for this tournament. The amount of stress they know it's huge could be life changing for a lot of them.
It could be. I mean, imagine they make a big run. They get top 3, or maybe they win the $1 million. Now Castro is a general manager for a championship winning team on his first try. In a 7-a-side, he could venture into maybe co-owning an indoor league or doing some sort of thing with like maybe a professional league. Like gets a share of something. You know what I mean? Like he could. It opens up his dream.
Just to end it for everyone.
It opens up his dream. For what he wants to do. He eventually wants to stop streaming and he wants to be involved in football or in football. Yeah. And it's like, now that's probably what's going through his head. While I saw him sitting on the field, Chris Paul is over there talking with all the fucking people and he's just head in hands on the field by himself. And it's like, I can't even imagine what's going through his head. He's like, it's all for nothing. I stopped streaming for 6 months or 4 months.
Kind of literally.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an experience, but not worth.
They played one game, lost 0-2, played another game, won 2-0, but got forfeited. And that's all they have to show for it. and a bunch of ESPN articles.
Documentary could be crazy.
So sad, man.
Let me see what time we're at. I have to piss if we're not.
Okay. I mean, we might be good.
Any other controversy happen?
Wait, I have one more thing to ask you. Remember when your butthole was bad?
Yeah.
How did you fix that?
I've had it like 2 times.
I'm guessing it's just a huge hemorrhoid, right?
Yeah, is your butthole bad? Bro, people don't understand. In 2020, when I was taking massive amounts of Addy, my shits were fucking... I would shit like once every 4 days. And it would be at least a foot long wrapped around. Like, I don't know what it does to your gut, but my shits would be insane. And I ripped my asshole then. And I also ripped it, I think, once again, taking Addy, and like, I think Ghost came out. Halo was a little dead. And I was just like grinding Ghost and Hearthstone, fucking, I don't know, like 2012 or whenever the hell it was. And I ripped it then too. And I think it was because Addy. But how you fix it? I would definitely take. I'm sure there's definitely some kind of cream.
Like Prep
I'm glad
H?
this is your last question.
Like Prep H?
I've
been on.
I
that
don't
Prep
remember.
H shit.
I don't remember the exact cream, but even just like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I ripped my butthole again. Once you rip your butthole once, it's just like easily rips at this point. I think.
Of course.
And I use Aquaphor just to like help the.
So yours isn't like a hemorrhoid.
Does yours itch and shit? Like it feels like your butthole's inside out.
Yeah, I think that's a hemorrhoid. I'm like almost positive.
Those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
I use Aquaphor a little bit. That helped.
I was really going through it the other day.
Really?
Like really bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
And
like, yeah.
So I started like looking up what could be wrong because I couldn't.
It's happened to me a few times.
I couldn't shit, which is
like, did it just hurt too bad?
Yeah,
like,
I felt like it wouldn't.
You have to
go.
like press out a little, and then you squeeze, and then you press out, and then you squeeze.
And then it just goes.
And then, well, it just like, and then it stops, and then you squeeze, and then it stops, and you squeeze more, and then like eventually a log drops out.
So mine hasn't done that. It's just little droppings.
All good, you'll figure it out.
But
Aquaphor, find some other stuff. I think it takes a few weeks.
Well,
because my girl Michelle was like, "Your butthole still hurts. You might have to." I'm like, "No, trust. I've been through this a few times."
Wait, you've never gone to the GI about it? What? You just see? I made a GI appointment immediately.
Really?
It's in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But I also have been doing the little Preparation H suppositories. Goes right up your butt.
Drink a shit ton of water.
That's really weird. I forgot how weird that feels.
Wait, what is this?
The little pills that you push up your butt.
Really? And what do they do? Like dissolve in your butt and like cure the?
Yeah, they work. I'm a lot more comfortable.
Nice.
But nothing gets you in a more prepared stance than putting your foot up on the toilet and you're like, here we go.
Well, there was a little bit. I would lay on my back and like throw my legs above my head with like my ass cheeks open and like put baby powder. That was
okay. That's actually pretty.
You could try that as well. That's my strat. That was one of my strats, but
yeah, it's been a. If anybody has any advice for someone going through hemi pain right now, put it down.
Let us know, man.
Let us know.
Let Hitch know, man.
Because I'm tired of inside out butt.
It's crazy.
I'd like
to know your butt's inside out.
I'd like to have right side in. I'd have right side out butt.
That's usually the better.
Yeah.
Of the two.
Of the two, I think that one was the more preferred.
Well, good luck with the butthole. Thank you guys so much for watching the Flycast episode 700. Album of the week. As anything we forgot about? We be forgetting about the album of the week. Maybe. Do you have one?
I have one.
I don't know. If you have one, go ahead and say it.
Okay.
We can't forget these albums.
I think I've already said Zeppelin 4, haven't I? Shit.
I don't know I think the last one we did was Hex's Hell on Earth. My Mob Deep, I think.
How about this? Houses of the Holy.
By who?
Led Zeppelin.
I'll check it out, sure. I'll listen to it on my way out.
Track 3, literally a top 5 track of all time.
Houses of the Holy, Led Zeppelin,
Yep.
album of the week. I'll try to think of something for next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mac, Craig, play that outro music.